Hey there, let's talk about something we've all felt. You're in a great conversation, everything's clicking, and then nothing. Just silence. Today, we're going to dig into why that simple pause can make even the sharpest, most analytical people feel so, well, deeply uncomfortable.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? One minute you're connecting, the next, it's just dead air. And it feels so loud. Your mind just kicks into high gear, and every single second of that quiet feels like an eternity. It's this universal, kind of awkward feeling. So, what is actually going on in our heads at that moment?
So, we are going to pull back the curtain on that discomfort. We're going to look at what's firing off inside our brains and all the social pressures pushing from the outside. You'll see why silence can feel less like a natural pause and more like a problem that you desperately need to solve, like right now. Okay, so our investigation starts right here, inside your own head. The first piece of this whole puzzle isn't really about social skills at all. It's about neurology. It's about the incredible nonstop machine that is your mind. All right, let me introduce you to something called the Default Mode Network, or DMN for short. The best way to think about it is like your brain's screensaver. The moment you stop focusing on something external, like, say, listening to someone talk, the DMN just fires right up. This is the part of your brain that daydreams, replays old conversations, and worries about what you're doing next week. So during a silence, your brain isn't off. No, it's just turned its camera around to focus on you. And here's where it gets interesting. When a conversation goes quiet, the DMN of a really analytical person doesn't just switch on, it goes into total overdrive. All of a sudden, you're not in the room anymore. You're replaying every single thing you just said, analyzing it for mistakes. You're frantically flipping through your mental files for the smartest or the funniest or just the perfect thing to say next. It feels exactly like a car engine that's stuck in neutral, but you've got your foot slammed on the gas. All that roaring energy has absolutely nowhere to go. Okay, so we've got that internal engine just racing away. Now, let's layer on the external pressure of what I like to call the social stage. Because let's be real, it's not just about what's happening in your head. It's about what you think is happening in theirs. And this is where that discomfort gets turned up to 11. That silence, it suddenly feels like a giant spotlight is pointed right at you. Your brain starts screaming, the conversation has failed and it's all your fault. You feel this huge pressure to prove you're interesting, to add something valuable, to keep that conversational ball in the air. You start spiraling, right? Do they think I'm boring? Are they judging me right now? That silence is no longer a simple pause. It's become a full-blown social performance review.
And you know, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? For an analytical mind, that quiet space is anything but empty. It gets instantly filled up with all those internal calculations and all those external social fears. It becomes a really crowded, really noisy, and super anxious place to be. But here's the thing, not all silence is created equal. On one hand, you've got that uncomfortable silence we've been talking about, that void that's just fueled by pure anxiety. But on the other hand, there's productive silence. This is the good stuff. It's fueled by reflection. It feels like a shared space, not a failure. It's an opportunity. The million-dollar question is, how do we get from that anxious silence to the productive kind? And that brings us to our final piece here. This isn't about trying to eliminate silence, because let's face it, you can't. This is about changing your entire relationship with it. It's about reframing the whole experience from the ground up.
So how do we actually do this? Well, here are 4 steps. First up, just notice the feeling. There's that uncomfortable feeling again. Don't judge it, just see it. Second, remind yourself what it really is. It's your busy brain doing its thing. It is not a social report card. Third, and this is a big one, shift your focus from performing to connecting. Instead of asking, what brilliant thing can I say, try wondering, I wonder what they're thinking. And finally, just see the pause as a chance to take a breath, not as a problem that needs an immediate solution. You see, the whole takeaway here is that silence isn't the enemy. It's not a bug in the system of conversation. It can actually be a feature. It's a moment for thought, for emphasis, for real connection. The goal isn't to kill every silence you encounter, but to invite it in as a natural part of the rhythm of talking. So the next time you're in a conversation and you feel that quiet start to creep in, try this. Instead of seeing an empty void you have to fill, see a blank canvas, an opportunity, a space to really listen, to think, or to just be present with the other person. Because what you choose to create in that space, that can change absolutely everything.